Hello everyone, we're going to do a short little tutorial here on just using the library in Harmony and how we can take the animation of our rough drawings and put them into a final scene so we can work on it with the proper character rig. So as you can see here, I have my rough animation drawing layer here, and this is a group here. So if I go into there, okay, you're going to see that I have just the various layers for my rough drawings. I have a tail layer, I have a body drawing layer, I have a small ball, and I have the large ball that I've animated just roughly independently, like this. Okay, and then those are comped into just my simple comp here. And then I have over here my thumbnails that I've drawn out, which are at the front here, drawing out the thumbnails of my motion for the large ball. And then I have the path of action, which is simply just the path that the ball follows. And I've simply comped those into a simple comp as well. If I take a look in here, these are just set up as straight bitmap comps, which are fine. And then over here, they both come into this one comp in the bottom. That's again just as a flat bitmap comp, and they're grouped, so they're going into the final group node there. Okay, so I'm going to take this whole piece and I'm simply going to copy it and paste it into a library folder. So I've created a library folder here. It's just a personal library folder of mine. I'm going to open it up, and you see this little lock on it right here. Before we can do anything, we have to unlock that. So I'm going to right click on it and go right to modify. And you see it unlocks it. So now what we want to do is we want to take it, and I'm going to put this in my rough animation folder that I've created for myself. Now just a reminder that if you just right click and open the full folder, open the library, you're going to see that it's just a folder on your system. Okay, so in my case I've created a personal library folder, and I've created a subfolder called rough animation, and that's where I'm going to put my rough animation. You can create backgrounds, you have your character rigs, your signature cards, whatever you want. You can store those just in a library folder that you create for yourself, and you can carry that with you as you go, just taking it back and forth on your hard drive. And then simply just open that folder in the library as needed. So if I was to click on just the blank area here and go right click and open library, I could simply grab another folder, select it, and it would bring that in as another library folder. Okay? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to copy this particular rough animation here in this group layer. So I'm going to go and just simply Control C, copy, and I'm going to paste it into this rough animation folder. So I'm just going to open that up, and I'll shrink this down and show you the rough animation folder here, and then Control V, okay, and it's going to paste it in there, and it'll give me the option to rename it if I would like. This is rough animation and planning, and I'm just going to leave that as it is. Hit OK, and it will save it into my library. Okay, so if I go to another folder, this is my scene now with that I've set up, my final scene, and it's just got the character rig in it right now. All right, so if I want to open up that scene in here, I can refresh this folder, right? Because if I look in here, it's probably not going to see it right now, so I'm going to have to refresh it. So I'm going to right click on it, hit refresh, give it a minute, and there's my rough animation. Okay, so if I go back into the node view, and this is just the scene that we were reviewing today, okay, I can bring that into this node view. So I'm going to just drag it, place it in here, and it'll just take a minute to populate. Let me just pull that down here, and I'm just going to make this a little bigger. And I'm just going to focus in on that. This is just the main comp right here, okay? And I can simply just take that and plug it in to the comp. It will stick it down at the bottom down here, the rough animation layers, and I can review those. If I want, I can stick it up on top here. It'll stick it on top for me, right? And there it is right there. Okay? The same as it was in my previous drawings. Now, if I want it to, say, remove the background before I can see it, I can just unplug my background. Right? There's my character rig. There's my rough animation. I could always go back into this rough animation if I wanted to adjust anything. Right? It's all, everything is here. I can go back in there and I can rework it if I want. Okay? Or I can just start going in and using my cleanup rig, right, which we created in class today. So this one here, I can go in and I can start reworking the animation on the cleanup rig on top of this. Okay, so that will be in another video that we create here. Keep in mind, if you do have to adjust the position of this, it's simple enough. You just click on the group and you can hit Control P for peg, and you can peg that animation, and then you can simply drag that animation around to wherever you want to go, because we've simply put a peg on it, which is going to be in our groups here. So if I just shut some of this stuff down so I can see just the rough animation, okay, we're going to see that there's the peg right there, and we can key that peg to a new position if we'd like. So if I want to move it up there, I could just key that new position, and it would place the animation at that new position. Right? It currently has a position here. If I want to remove that key, I could. Or I can remove that key. Simple enough. Okay? And then I can go in and I can use that to start reworking my cleaned up rig on top of my rough animation. Okay? Alright, so enough said there. I'm going to go in and we will start doing a version of the cleanup animation to demonstrate how to take that rig and put it over top of your rough animation.